right, guys. So I have a question for you. All right. What's your favorite retro video game?
How retro?
As retro as you want it to be.
Like all the way back to pre-Atari, or are we talking like
Whatever you played.
Nintendo Wii?
I don't think the Wii classifies as retro.
Well, it depends. I mean,
I guess you're right. There's too many new things coming out.
It's about the time I stopped.
so here's the thing, right? Is my parents had their Atari from like when they were younger, or whatever. I vaguely remember playing that. But our neighbor got a Nintendo when it first came out, and I was always dying to play Duck Hunt. That was like my game, and they were always like, "I don't want to play Duck Hunt."
That's all you want to play.
That's all I wanted to play because I didn't have it. I didn't have any of the games.
I remember I got a Nintendo 64. The first game that came with it was Wave Runner 64.
Yeah.
Incredibly underrated game. That game was hard.
Yeah.
It was a fun one. And then I think I went right into the Marios. Got like Super Mario and
64.
Mario Kart. Yeah, the 64. And just.
What was your favorite game you played in school? Did you guys play any games in school?
Like computer games or just games in general?
Either one.
I just got a Nintendo 64 for Christmas, and I'm back, essentially about to have a kid, reliving all my favorite moments as a kid. Time has gone flat, and it's just the infinite regress of
flat circle.
We had a game called Millionware, which is like this great quiz game that no one that I ever know has ever heard of it again. It was like Jeopardy, but better. It was just all these random questions. Obviously, Carmen Sandiego out the wazoo.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Oregon Trail. I can't tell you how many times I died on the
I'm
trail.
dying all day.
So here's my question. Yes, I loved that game. And how do you pronounce it?
Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail? Okay.
Oregon. Oregon?
Now I'm Oregon. Oregon. I don't know that.
Oregon Trail? Like an internal organ, but the state instead?
I was also a fan of Number Munchers. Just
Don't think I played that one.
Oregon.
No? Number Munchers was good.
Oregon.
And Carmen Sandiego.
Oregon.
I think it's Oregon.
Heads up, 7 up.
Heads up, 7 up.
Yes!
Wait, is that not the thing the teacher does when they want you to be quiet?
That was an option, and so were movies.
Hey,
Movie day guy.
I never played actual. What's Heads Up 7 Up?
Really?
So you would put your head down,
Right.
And then
You thumb
people
it
would be
up.
up. They tap your
Right.
head.
Right. That's why I wondered what kind of games we were talking about. I assumed
That
tech
game too.
games, and so.
Well, anyway, so Scott and I, over the last month or so, have
Zelda.
been doing a bunch of research as far as gaming in the classroom, because this is a hot topic, obviously, right now. So we reached out on Twitter and around campus to try and find people that could talk a little bit about this. One of the experts in the field that kept coming up time and time again was a middle school teacher, Matt Farber. So he gave us some time to sit down and chat a little bit about some of the studying and research that he's come across in gaming in today's classrooms and what he uses as his middle school class.
I'm Matthew Farber. I'm a middle school social studies teacher. I teach 6th and 7th grade social studies, so, boots on the ground. I'm a doctoral student in educational technology leadership. I'm in that times where I'm awaiting dissertation committee feedback, so no pressure.
Good luck.
Purgatory, right? I also teach at the college level. I teach business and professional writing at Rutgers University part-time, and I also teach technology and social studies at New Jersey City University, where I am adjunct professor. I am a co-host of Game-Based Learning Radio for the BAM Radio Network, which is an online podcast. I'm a blogger for Edutopia, so I have a monthly or so blog about game-based learning. I wrote the book Gamify Your Classroom, a field guide to game-based learning. Pretty involved, lots of different projects. So yeah, I'm busy.
Yeah, after that, I think that's all the time we have for this interview, so thank you.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Have a great night.
So you're very involved, right? You do a lot of things, which is pretty impressive. We just kind of want to just look at some of these basic things. So how would you describe, gamification, or is it any different than game-based learning in your classroom?
Yeah. So I've been thinking about this a lot, right? Or as well, you're academics, right? Thinking about thinking.
Right.
So, right. So okay. So there are lots of definitions of game-based learning, gamification, and that sort of thing, and games too. And they're all competing and not exact definitions. A definition I like for game-based learning is a series of meaningful choices. And I also like that the structures create constraints that create creativity in the classroom, and also the structure create conditions for playfulness, not just getting the right answer, but play. And that's a big part, the play that happens within a game. So that's where I like to see the conversation of gamification. I use games as and in my research I've seen this too early on, that game-based learning in the classroom is not just like educational technology in a classroom where it's supporting a curriculum. And that's what gamification can be, with badges, with quests, with the structures and feedback mechanisms that games have, level design. So it starts off, it's quite Vygotskian, it starts off scaffolding, right? And you start off easier and it gets more and more difficult. And then the boss level challenges you to apply all of your skills and keep trying. It shouldn't be easy until you finally break through.
That's a good point. So in looking with, if you're a teacher, and you've said things need to be kind of integrated, you've said they need to be, I guess, student-centered, in so many words. What are some first steps you would tell a teacher to do if they want to do this sort of thing in their classroom? What would you say they need to focus on first?
What students want to do, student feedback, play, actually. A high sense of play is important. Structure of a game can really get in the way. You shouldn't say this is how it should be done or how it should be played. Students should have room to play around. And I was recently reading the book Ambiguity of Play, which is like a seminal work from Brian Sutton Smith. And it was interesting what he wrote is that golf can seem like work, research can seem like play. And something like that, some sort of quote like that. So, you're kind of playing around with ideas. Some people are doing something you would perceive as a game, but it feels like work. So you have to keep in that open sense of play.
That's great advice. You mentioned using Minecraft in your classroom, and I was kind of interested on how that was implemented as far as around history and how you integrated Minecraft in the class.
There's another teacher I know. Her name is Miriam Malmstrom, and her thing is follow the learning. So like ask the kids and see what they find interesting, engaging, and go there first. And she asked me, she said, what would you use Minecraft for? A history teacher would probably think, and the students really think, right, that they should build stuff. I should build Fort Ticonderoga. I should build, Fort Necessity for the French and Indian War. Okay. When we started the Jamestown unit, what I did first, before even teaching them about Jamestown, was I put them in Minecraft EDU, which was just purchased by Minecraft for Education or Microsoft. And I'm in God mode on my laptop, so I can control what they see in multiplayer. So they're all working in groups, and I told them, you're going to be on this island. You should build things to survive, and good luck. And then I ramped up the difficulty from peaceful to normal to difficult. Anybody that was not in an enclosure basically was attacked by a creeper and died in the game. You get respawned. Then afterwards, we were able to unpack those experiences. Why did you survive? Why did people survive in Jamestown? What was important to do when you first get to a new land, right? So we have these conversations because they have now a shared experience to unpack and connect to the work.
That's really good advice. So obviously you're as deep into gamifying or gamification in the classroom as anyone we've talked to, but what kind of sparked that interest for you, or how did you venture down that road where now you're doing blogs and radio and podcasts and interviews with people like us about education and gamification?
Well, I started reading Edutopia during when I was getting my master's degree, and I was like, hey, I could write that too, you know. And you know, as a teacher, I'm looking online and I'm curating content and material that's going to be engaging for my class. And I noticed something about game-based learning. I noticed the community was really like evangelizing it, like it's a cause. It's not just using it, right? They saw something that they really want to bring in. And I also noticed that the curriculum materials were really high quality. I'm using Michigan US today in my social studies class to teach about the 13 colonies leading up to the revolution. They're really high quality materials. You know, you're interacting with Phyllis Wheatley and colonial Boston, and you know, there's a lot of role play that goes on. You don't seem to get that in a lot of online lesson plans. So I started curating a lot, and I realized that maybe I should, you know, start writing about it and sharing what I find. My book basically puts everything into one house and explains what to look for in a game also. So yeah, that's really what brought me down the road. And you know, you can see the student engagement, and also it helps with learner equity. So you know, the games will adapt to the person, to the learner, and also the learner will adapt to the game.
A couple more real quick questions for you. Where do you see gamification going in the next 4, 5, 6 years in education, especially with technologies that are emerging now?
Good question. I'm not sure. You know, they took it out of the new media consortium, but I don't think they really took it out. There's a lot of like, oh wow, it's not in there anymore, right? But then they have like, you know, digital badging and micro credentials still in there. So it, you know, it's still there. It's just called different things. Yeah, I see it still here. I mean, it's still in. It's everywhere. It's ubiquitous on everything. You know, I put Amazon Prime on our Xbox One to watch TV. And I unlocked an achievement. Achievement unlocked, it said, for installing Amazon Instant. I'm not even, you know, I wasn't even literally playing a video game, right? So, yeah, you know, I got a pat on the back for that. Like I'm going to share that out or something, right? So it's everywhere, right? It's, you know, it's in Fitbit, it's in Starbucks, it's all around us. And I don't think it's a negative, you know, it's a nice positive. I see it staying around, sure. I like the idea of micro credentials. I don't think it's going to replace something though. For teaching, you know, there are teachers that use badging for professional development. I know Laura Fleming does in New Jersey here. Lucas Gillespie does. You know, so you can get badges, which is, you know, you get certifications anyway when you go to professional development, show those hours. So I see it around. I don't know if I see it replacing what's already around. I just see it in the mix or becoming integrated.
Very cool. Well, Matthew, thank you so much for your time. I know you're a very, very busy man. Absolutely. So we'll let you get back to the important things of educating the future of America.
Thanks so much.